Welcome back. And now to the arts. Revolving Currents is an exhibition by two artists at Wheatbaker, Lagos. Rakib Basharun and Chika Idu use different styles of art to address tropical issues such as climate change, education and domestic violence. On Art Review tonight, we take a look at how these artists push for change using their paintings and sculptures.
They come from different worlds.
Basically, I work with the idea of power of number. I look at Nigerian situation, a country with over 150 million people, and I'm like, we have these resources that we need to harness, and that is our population in moving the country. You know, it's like you have many people that are walking on the streets out there that are not doing anything. If you can get those people together and get them engaged in doing certain things, I believe the country probably will begin to move forward, you know. And I'm looking at putting Nigeria on a comparative scale with a country like China, which has been able to harness its population to move that country to where the country is today in terms of political, economical, and social, you know, growth.
The developed countries, it is not like there's anything magic about what they do, all right? It is just as a result of the information they passed on their children, and the children grew with it. So Nigeria has to do the same. We need to come up with a plan and say, this is where we need to go, and everybody has to work towards achieving that goal. Right now, we are not passing enough positive information to our children. If we abuse our children, we are passing information without really passing information. If we allow our children to live and exist in unconducive environment, we are passing information to them without knowing or thinking that we are passing information.
Rakib Basharun is a sculptor with a passion for using recycled materials to create his works of art.
I don't think there's anything out there that is really a waste. It depends on who is looking at the material. You know, and today the world itself is going green. The world is recycling. They recycle virtually everything. They recycle paper, they recycle wood, they recycle plastic, they recycle aluminum, they recycle metal, you know. So it's just one of those materials that we need to recycle. And I actually started using this particular medium at a point in time when the Lagos State government did some road construction. And before you knew it, people started dumping all sort of trash, you know, in the drainage. And I'm like, this thing they drop in the drainage could actually be reused, you know, and be given new lease of life.
While Chika Idu, who still has age on his side, is mad about painting. But despite the diverse ways they approach their art, that does not stop them from joining forces to present Evolving Current at Wheatbaker, Lagos.
We have a lot of water dredging going on in our waters in Lagos, and I feel these dredgers are very uncontrolled, and as a result of this, they have damaged our seabeds. I have tried extensively to see if I could see like water plants, sea anemones and the rest of them, but we don't have them anymore, they are gone. If you look at the bottom of the waters, right, in the rivers, in the lagoons, what you're going to see is mainly refuse under the water, nylons or brown sand, but you hardly see plants living underwater anymore. So I think there should be, we have gotten to the point where we need to shout, where we need to make some noise so that we can do something about the problems that our waterways are currently facing.
There's art of all shapes and sizes done in various media, considering the background of those being exhibited. This exhibition also tries to bridge a generation gap by bringing an old and young mind together.
In sports news, Super Eagles players are optimistic of Nigeria's quest to qualify for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. Lazio of Italy midfielder Eugenio Nazi believes with early preparation and a conducive environment, the team will impress. CSKA Moscow forward Ahmed Musa agrees it is a tough draw, but assures the team will give their best to qualify. AS Monaco of France defender Elderson Echiejile is confident Nigeria can finish top of the group, but everything must be done properly. Nigeria will play the World Cup qualifying round against Cameroon, Zambia and Algeria. Sunday's games in match day 24 of the Nigeria Professional Football League produced 14 goals, with Kano Pillars emerging the best winners of the day. The former champions thrashed Abia Warriors 5-0 to consolidate on their chase for the title. With 41 points, Wiki Tourists are still top of the table despite losing 2-0 at Plateau United. Shooting Stars played 2-2 with Ifeanyi FC in Ibadan, while Sunshine Stars enjoyed a 2-0 victory with MFM in Makurdi. Abdurrahman Bashir scored a vital goal to give Nasarawa United a 1-0 win over Niger Tornadoes. Belgium has emerged the latest team to qualify for the quarter-finals of the 2016 Euro Championship. Eden Hazard scored a dazzling solo goal as the Belgians punished Hungary 4-0 to book a last 8 against Wales. The Chelsea winger was outstanding in Toulouse and capped off a good display when he cut in from the left, beat 2 players and then fired in low. Tottenham's Toby Alderweireld headed Belgium ahead, and Michu Batshuayi made it 2-0 when he tapped in a fine pass. Hazard then scored his superb goal in the 80th minute before Yannick Carasso scored in the 4th in stoppage time. Away from sports news, residents of Mogadishu, the Somali capital, have been paying tribute to the country's Minister of Environment, Buri Mohammed Hamza, who was killed in an attack at the Nassau Halod Hotel on Saturday. Minister Hamza was among 15 people killed during the attack, claimed to have been carried out by Al-Shabaab militants. The hotel is frequented by politicians and tourists who were shot at randomly by a gunman. Among the dead were also some of the attackers, security guards and civilians, including women working outside the hotel. Al-Shabaab reportedly attacked the hotel because it was frequented by what it called apostate government members. British Foreign Secretary Philip Hammond says Britain will not be pressured into swift negotiations on its exit from the European Union. EU leaders are eager to begin negotiations, wanting them to begin as soon as possible. But Mr. Hammond says nothing is going to happen soon. His position is supported by German Chancellor Angela Merkel's Chief of Staff, Peter Altmaier, who said British politicians should take time to review the consequences of leaving the EU. The EU has clarified the way the UK can kickstart formal negotiations to exit the bloc following Thursday's referendum. It says Britain can trigger Article 50 of the Treaty of Lisbon, which sets a 2-year deadline for a deal, by making a formal declaration either in a letter or a speech at a meeting of the European Council, the gathering of ministers from each EU state. History was made today as a Chinese container became the first vessel to sail into the newly expanded Panama Canal. A journey was witnessed by thousands. The original Panama Canal was first used in August 1914. It was built by the US and handed over to local control in 1999. Panama hopes the expansion will increase the revenues it gets from the canal, reported to have been $2.6 billion in 2015. And the main news again. The Nigerian army today announced the rescue of over 5,000 people held captive by the Boko Haram sect in several clearance operations in the northeast. Also today, 7 contractors, including 3 Australians and 1 South African, regained their freedom after 4 days in captivity. The State Security Advisor, Mr. Jude Ngaji, said no ransom was paid and they were released unhurt. Finally, tributes have been paid to Somali Minister Buri Muhammad Hamza, who was among those killed in an Al-Shabaab attack on Mogadishu. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.